Mpumalanga Agriculture and Rural Development MEC, Mandla Msibi, expected back in court today for a formal bail application. He made a brief appearance in the Nelspruit Magistrates Court yesterday on 2 counts of murder and 1 of attempted murder, and was remanded in police custody overnight. Well, we speak now to our reporter, Mweli Masilela, who is outside court. Mweli, a very good morning to you. So already there are chants behind you. Who are those people who are there, and what do they have to say about such a high-profile figure like an MEC being charged on such serious charges?
Good morning, Collie. The people who are chanting behind me are members and supporters of the ANC. We are told that they are from the branch where the MEC of Agriculture, Mandla Msibi, comes from in Gadanji. So they are here in support of MEC Mandla Msibi, who actually spent his night in custody after he handed himself over with his lawyer yesterday, coming to the police station to hand himself over. So we know that there's been quite a number of cases that he has been attending to, but some of those cases he has been acquitted, and now it is this case of murder as well as attempted murder. So we are expecting the court proceedings to get underway at about 11 a.m. this morning. The members of the ANC from his branch are saying that his arrest is just a politically motivated, considering the fact that he is now an influential figure in the politics of Mpumalanga. But let's hear from his longtime friend, Joe Costa, who will speak to me now. So you are here in court today, and you are saying you are a long-serving or long-time friend of Mandla Msibi. If you can tell us, when last did you speak to him, and what did he tell you about this arrest?
Well, I've been friends with Mandla for 25 years. From when he was a young man, first in council. I was the leader of the Democratic Alliance in the council. And then, obviously, after I left in 2016, and he became a member of provincial council, we lost a lot of contact. But I was always called when we had to speak about Nkosi City in particular. I very much shared the idea of Nkosi City. Because you know, in this country we have not built one new town or one new city. And Mandla, in his own mind, had worked out how Nkosi City would work. It would have a gate, Mandela Gate, going into the Kruger Park. There were going to be hotels there. There were going to be schools there. There were going to be clinics there. There were going to be roads there, which the Charles Chobani Highway is already built. And in fact, if you go and look at the cemetery in Pinar there, you'll see that cemetery is the best kept cemetery in the whole of Bombela in the rural areas. So that's where I got to know Mandla. When nobody believed in him, I got in my car and I went out there and I took the Lowfelder out there and we took photos of how the development was coming. And there's always a very big jealousy, and that's the problem with politics. Sometimes you don't recognize the talent in people, and then you become jealous because you feel threatened. And I think that's what's happened. That's what's happened here, with all due respect, is that we had it with Jimmy Mashala 20 years ago, and now you got it with somebody else, but Mandla has been implicated to get rid of him. And you won't get rid of Mandla. He's like a leech. He'll stick. He'll still be a big leader one day.
So, do you mean that this is a wholly motivated arrest?
Well, if you look at the trend at the moment, elections coming, people dying not only here but in KwaZulu-Natal, in Joburg, in the Eastern Cape. It's all motivated between one of the 6 factions that are trying to cling to power. Because there's no doubt the ANC is not one united party. There are a lot of factions. And there's always been jealousy about Mandla because it's far thinking. It's thinking forward all the time.
Some are saying that it's maybe because he's got some ambitions to be one of the main leaders in the province. Do you believe is it that so?
Well, you know, yes, I think, but naturally Mandla has been a leader all along the line. And it's one or two of the other factions that will not allow it or don't want to allow it. So the whole thing has been orchestrated, in my view.
But some people are questioning his behavior to say that he's got a cloud hanging over his head. There's a lot of cases that he has been attending to, and there are some that are outstanding. Tell us about this part which people are raising to say that he's also not a well-mannered person in terms of conducting himself in society.
Let's look at, say, is he standing or is he not standing? How many people, individuals, are standing to be leader of Mpumalanga? I think there's 6 or 7 guys. And each one is playing his own little war. And they've needed to bring down Mandla a step or two. And we'll see what happens in the court case. You can't predict. But I've got a pretty good idea.
Do you think he's going to be acquitted in this case?
Sorry?
Do you think he's going to be acquitted in this case?
Look, we're in for very interesting times, let's put it that way. I don't think we can predict much. You know, so many court cases have gone this far, and then you never hear from them again. Take Jimmy Mashwala's case, 22 years ago. It came to court, 2 guys were put in jail for a year, their bail was paid and they left. The real guys who were the reason for all of that are free. Now, exactly the same thing here is happening, is that Mandla was prepared to stand up against the top guys when he believed that they were wrong. And this is a result of that. This is a result.
All right, thank you very much for talking to us. Well, Koli, that is the friend of Mandla Msibi, the MEC for Agriculture, who is expected to appear in court this morning. We're expecting the court proceedings to get underway at 11 a.m. Well, saying that this is a matter of jealousy out of all things, saying that Mandla is now one of the most influential people here in the province, especially within the ranks of the ruling party. So, according to his friend, which is Joe Foster, people here in the province are jealous of his success, and he has quite a number of projects that he came up with, proposals to make sure that he uplifts the lives of people from his community. So we'll continue to monitor what is happening outside court. As you can see behind me, that there are some supporters and members of the ANC who are actually coming from his branch in Gatanji here in Mpumalanga.
Mweli, Masilela, thank you very much for that particular update. And Joe Kotze there, who is a friend of Mandla Msibi, not mincing his words. In fact, he says that watch the space. He is going to be someone very big, the MEC that is now behind bars.